It's a strange contradiction, isn't it? We feel like we're meant for this big, expansive, loving life, but so often what we actually experience is a shrinking into fear or anger or pain. This isn't some flaw in the world, though. It's a deep misunderstanding of ourselves. You know, from the moment we're born, we're kind of conditioned to see our own inner world as a battlefield. We're handed this invisible armor and told to wage war against our own feelings, with this promise that peace is something you win, something you get by crushing the enemy within. The first order of business is always fear. We're taught to conquer it, right? To build these huge walls around our own vulnerability, treating this really basic human feeling like it's some kind of invader that has to be destroyed. And then there's anger. We're basically told to police our own hearts, to put out that disruptive, but sometimes really illuminating fire of anger. We push it down, thinking that not feeling it is some sign of enlightenment. And of course, sadness. We are taught to just run, to find any distraction, anything to numb ourselves so we don't have to feel the weight of our own grief. This is the war we're told we have to fight and win, just to feel worthy. But here's the thing. This war, it's unwinnable. And not because we're weak, but because the whole idea of the war is an illusion. What if our suffering doesn't come from these emotions at all, but from the simple act of fighting against them? Thinking about it that way, it leads to a completely different perspective. What if our feelings aren't enemies? What if they're actually a guide, a kind of perfect, built-in navigation system that's designed to keep us aligned with our own truth? You see, every emotion, especially the difficult ones, it's really just a signal. It's an internal indicator, and it only shows up when the thoughts you're believing have kind of drifted away from who you really are at your core. Think about it. When your mind is in sync with your true self, everything just flows. You feel joy, peace, excitement. That's the natural state of harmony. But when you feel frustrated or anxious or you're in despair, those aren't punishments. They're just the warning lights on your inner dashboard, telling you loud and clear that your current way of thinking is out of alignment. And if you ignore those signals, if you numb them or try to fight them, it's like putting a piece of tape over the check engine light and just keep driving. The only way to find freedom is to pull over and learn to decode the actual message that's hidden inside that pain. And the mechanism is flawless. It works every time. It starts the moment we buy into a limiting belief. That creates a gap, a sort of dissonance between that made-up story and your actual truth. And in that gap, tension shows up. We feel that tension as emotional discomfort. And that feeling, it's delivering one single crucial message. Hey, this perspective you're holding, it's not true to who you really are. And when you really get that, it changes the entire game. Emotional pain isn't some cosmic punishment because you did something wrong. It is pure, simple, unbiased information. It's data about the alignment of your thoughts. That's it. So every single time a difficult emotion comes up, you're standing at a quiet crossroads. This is the moment of real power. It's the point where you can either fall deeper into the illusion or you can reclaim total control over your inner reality. So the real question isn't, how do I make this feeling go away? The only question that matters is, okay, here's the information. What am I going to choose to do with it? And there are really only two paths you can take. The first one is the default path, the unconscious one. You react, you blame something or someone, and you end up reinforcing the very story that's causing the pain. Or there's the second path, the path of awareness. You pause. You look at the emotion like a neutral messenger, and you use its guidance to find and let go of the story that isn't true. And all of this leads to a pretty profound realization. We spend our whole lives trying to find a path that's free of pain. But what if the very awakening we're looking for isn't found by avoiding the discomfort, but by walking straight through it with this new understanding? So your fear, your anger, all that sadness, They're not signs that you're broken or that your life has gone wrong. They're actually invitations. They are these gentle, persistent course corrections from your own inner wisdom, guiding you back home to what's real and what's true.
And so we're left to wonder about this incredible possibility. What if the very pain we have spent our entire lives desperately trying to escape has, quietly and patiently, been guiding our awakening all along?